Woodbridge, the best town around. My name is John McCormick. I'm the mayor of this great town, and we're here today to show you why we're such a great town as we have our Tooling Around the Township program, which was just completed, and it was a fantastic experience, a little crazy because of the weather, but a whole lot of people got some work done by some great volunteers, and we're here today to talk about that. Joining me to my left is current Chief of Staff and Head of Redevelopment, Carolyn Ehrlich, who was a council person back in 1999 in Woodbridge when I was the town CFO when we started that, and we'll get into that in a second. And to my right is Patrick McSherry, who's been here a whopping 5 months working for the town, and in month 2 he was given the task of running Tooling Around and fixing up, 25 to 30 homes, but he did a fantastic job. So let me start with Carol. Way back 1999, Donna Brighton is the head of the Housing Authority. She formerly was in the Patterson Housing Authority, where they did something called Christmas in April. And she says, why can't we do it here? Mayor McGreevy looks at it and says, great idea. So what does he do? He gives you the job, yes, and Councilwoman Velasco the job to make sure it worked.
She kind of helped us out, but she
helped us out,
yeah,
sure.
Yeah, she helped us out a lot. But so it was really great. It was a great program, and the first year, what was really exciting about it was we depended a lot more on our volunteers than we did on our businesses.
Right.
And we really, really worked hard to get residents out. We had a before party at Albert's Palace, and then, if you remember, we had a post celebration,
yes, at
JJ Biddings.
And everybody came out. The place was packed.
It was really, really fun. And then in between, we fixed up so many houses. And, you know, from the first house that we did, the wonderful feeling that you get when you know you're helping people who could never have had these improvements in their house without this team. And I always said that it's just not for the people who live in that house, but all of their neighbors who, up until that point, were looking at dilapidated, unkept houses, and not for the owner's fault, because they weren't able to fix it.
Usually widows.
Yeah. And
fixed incomes, limited incomes.
And so it helped the homeowner and the whole entire neighborhood, and it has just been, every year just seems to be better than the year before.
And I don't think my favorite house that year, we have a picture of you and me and Mayor McGreevy,
right,
and the little lady next to Gail Marchetti, who was the secretary to the BA. Mm-hmm. I can't remember her name, but she was a riot. Yeah. And everybody liked that house so much, I think we went back on Sunday and did more work. It was so cool.
Yeah, and there was one house that Woodbridge Mall did, and they adopted the family and ended up bringing, because they had, Sears. They got a refrigerator, and they got a new range, and they ended up doing the whole house. So that's how this kind of explodes.
And then Christmas in April was a national organization. It turned into Rebuilding Together. And then we kind of didn't like being told what to do. Yeah. I mean, look, we're Woodbridge, you know what we're doing. So we said, why do we have to have some place with some entity with rules about what you can do, when you can do, how you can do it? Heck with that. And we sat around one day to talk about what can we call this. And it was John Mitch that actually came up with Tooling Around the Township, which I think is a great phrase. And then from that became Tommy Toolbox, which is just finally coming back after COVID. So this has been a program now for this is our 23rd year. We didn't do 1 year because of COVID. 23 years of fixing up probably 20 homes a year. Do the math, it's almost 500 homes that have been fixed up. So now let me turn it over to Pat. You started here in January, right?
January, beginning of the year.
And then before you know it, February comes around and you're handed this task.
Yes.
And had you knew about tooling because your dad's always been in it.
Yes.
Eddie McSherry is a great volunteer president currently of the American Irish Association. He has ramps, it seems like once a month. We call him Eddie and the Rampers. They just did one last Saturday.
Yep, we were there.
So then what did you think when suddenly this thing you've heard of and worked on, you're now in charge of?
Well, I have a background in construction, and I've been volunteering with my brothers, my father, obviously, all the way back in the Christmas and April days. So I'm very familiar with the program, so I thought it was kind of fitting to take the reins on it, and I was excited. It's a great program, and been volunteering for as many years as I could. A lot of years I couldn't, college, but it really is a great program. It helps the community, and just seeing the people at the end of the day, with a smile on their face. It's
And tears in their eyes.
Yeah,
Tears in
and I
their
mean,
eyes.
it all flows so nicely, so you make it look easy, but the amount of organization that goes into it for each house, you have to say, okay, what do we need? Who's going to be the team, and the food, and the scheduling, and bringing the TV along to everything. It's a big, big job.
Well, there's a big team around us. Had a lot of help from the team here. Casey and Megan and Kelly, Nicolette, and honestly, it really comes down to the volunteers. I mean, they're the ones that make this program happen, and without them, really, there would be nothing. So,
And this year was especially difficult because for the first time in memory, we had a heck of a lot of rain on Saturday.
yes,
So a few homes got done. Some guys were out with tarps and fixing the outside stairs and keeping safe and dry, but for the most part, everything got delayed for future dates, and the following Friday and the following Saturday, and even just last week, another one just got done.
Also
yeah.
in the rain.
Also in the rain, you're right.
yeah, the rain. There's only so much you can do, in the rain. But at the end of the day, we got everything done. Well, I should say end of the few weeks.
Yeah, right.
We got everything done. And again, credit to the volunteers who, even getting postponed, would work around their schedules, and everyone's got personal lives, and they would move their thing, whatever they needed to do to get it done, and it's incredible.
And it's not just that day. For you, it starts weeks earlier when you get a call from someone who says, I'd like to see what the program's about, and you have to go out, and you've got to see what work has to be done. You've got to determine if it's something we can do. You've got to figure out who the right fit is to get that work done based on the complexity of it, and whether it's specialized labor for carpentry or plumbing or electric, or whether it's just painting and landscaping, which most groups can do quite easily. And I guess you check their other income qualifications and kind of make sure that they're a fit. That starts really in February.
Early February. Going out to see every house takes a lot of time. Collecting the volunteers and seeing what their skill sets are to match with the needs of the homeowners definitely takes a lot of pre-planning, material ordering, deliveries, kind of matching up. You get a lot of individual volunteers who want to just come out and help. Give a lot of credit to those people as well, and then matching them up with the needs of every house. It's definitely a process.
You should mention Public Works.
I was just going to do two things. First, I was going to ask you about, seemed like so many people we were talking to on TV. One of the questions I always ask is, how'd you find out about this? And how many people found out about it from our calendar?
Almost all of them. It was like
crazy.
more than half, for sure.
And our newsletter. Because
Right.
our communications, which is John Haggerty, Megan Cushbeck, Kelly Walsh, our communications worked.
Absolutely. I thought they were going to say, oh, well, I went to a senior club meeting
Right.
and they talked about it there. But we didn't hear that. We heard it that they're paying attention. They actually look at that beautiful calendar, which is kind of a piece of art.
That should be award-winning. Their
Yeah.
calendar is so good.
And your Friday announcements help
Right.
too.
And I go to the senior clubs, and they weren't those people. These are not people that are out and active. There are many, in most cases, they're people I met for the first time.
Right.
So if they were all somebody from Hickory or Sycamore or Evergreen, I would know it, and they're not. They're mostly people that are by themselves and don't get out to those clubs, which is interesting.
There was one woman there who had been a volunteer, and now it
Oh,
came
yeah,
full
yeah. Yeah, that
circle,
was
and
cool.
we were working on her
Like
house.
for years, she was a volunteer, and then now needed help. Okay, now we are on Green Street in Woodbridge, and joining me is Deborah, the homeowner, and a crew from Lightbridge Academy. Let me start with you, Deborah, and tell us what's going on here today.
They're painting some windows for me and my basement
Okay,
because I'm unable to do it myself.
okay. How did you find out about the program?
Well, I'm a lifetime resident of Woodbridge.
All right.
And I volunteered many years ago when the program first started.
Oh,
so
really?
I knew of it
Were you in a group when you volunteered, or just by yourself?
just by myself.
And you went out to a house and saw it and helped people, and here
Yes.
you are a couple years later?
Yes.
Very cool. That's a very good story.
Thank you.
Where's Dante? You're the spokesman here from Lightbridge Academy. You were elected. I'm not sure how that worked. But first of all, I go way back with Lightbridge Academy. Guy Falzerano is a close friend. I was his accountant for years. Love the guy. I know he's no longer directly involved in the company, but he started something really, really special with this business.
Yeah, definitely.
And tell me about your involvement. Have you been involved personally? Any of you done this before? I know you did. You have? Yeah, okay. So tell me, Deborah described, but tell me more about what you're doing here.
Yeah, so as you can see, we're all wearing our black shirts.
Well, not everybody.
Well, almost everybody. Someone's representing our summer program, and then the rest of us are representing our Lightbridge Foundation. So that's a non-for-profit organization. We use that money to get people involved in our circle of care. Our circle of care is our staff, our owners, it's the child, it's the parents, everyone around us. We use that money to help families who may be in our actual school or other schools throughout the nation who may be going through, say, a natural disaster. We do events like this, we raise money, and we use those donations to help them out as best we can.
And how many Lightbridge Academies are there in the country?
They're about 70.
I was just gonna say 70 because I remember talking to Guy. He started this with one place on Gill Lane in Island, and then he went to Woodbridge, and now there's 70 of them in the country. That's just amazing. Every time I talk to him, he's opening in Tennessee or opening in Georgia, whatever. He's all over the place.
Yeah.
That's a terrific effort. So thank you very much. Now, who knows the story about Patrick over here behind me? Patrick McSherry is running the program for us. He's working for us for about 5 months now. And his kid goes to Lightbridge Academy.
That's fine.
Go ahead, tell me about it.
Yes, my name is Caitlin. I'm the director at the Woodbridge location, and Patrick and his wife came to us for their little baby Noah, and then they became a part of our circle of care in more than one way. So it's been a pleasure getting to know them, getting to work with them. It's been really nice to have them part of our circle of care.
And what's that little kid? Is he a terror?
No, he is the happiest, sweetest little baby I've ever met.
Will you confirm that assessment?
Most of the time, yeah. They take very good care of him at Lightbridge. He is very happy when he's there. He's very well adjusted now. At first it was missing his mommy, but he's in very good hands.
Very good. And Sharon, this is your ward. You're here in the first ward. Tell me about, what you think about this program and helping somebody like Deborah here.
Oh, the tooling around town is amazing. It helps all the residents in the town that are either a senior or a disabled individual who needs help to get their home repaired in some way. They just need to contact the town and find out about the program, tell us what their needs are, and we'll do our best to come out and take care of them. So I'm very happy that we can help you. We know each other from Not Just Bagels, so it's very nice, and I'm very happy to see that we're helping you today.
Yes, and I'm very grateful. I can't tell you how grateful I am for everyone that's helping me here today.
Well, what goes around comes around. So you helped, and now you're getting help.
Yes.
I think that's a wonderful angle of the story
Thank
here
you.
today.
Thank you.
And
Yes.
doesn't everybody know everybody from Not Just Bagels?
Absolutely.
Get the place open already.
We're working on
I know,
it. It's coming. It's
I know.
coming.
Greg, you want to add anything to this? This our last topic.
I think just what you're saying, Deborah, you don't have to, I can see over you, but when you talk about the cycle of life, like Lightbridge working with the young people, but yet they're out today helping someone else out, and Deborah, who helped other people out, is receiving a little help. So it is truly the cycle of life, and I think that's what makes Woodbridge a great town.
Yes.
All right, very good. Thank you again, Lightbridge Academy. Thank you again, Deborah, for letting us help you.
Thank you.
Thank you. We'll be back. That was cool. So Carol mentioned Public Works. That's also something to add to the mix because in most cases, there's debris, there's brush, there's branches, there's who knows what they had in the garage that they want to get rid of. That's always a big piece of it, taking our Public Works guys around.
Yes, absolutely. Couldn't have done it without them. George Brew, Bobby Higgins, all the help that they did, even with the rescheduling, and we're doing this job this day, and part of it here, part of it there, with the rain. Everything went very, very smoothly, as smooth as it possibly could have, and without that, again, just doesn't get done.
So last Saturday, you weren't there, but we drove by the last house.
I just missed you.
Oh, you were there, okay.
I was pulling out.
Oh, okay. That street was loaded with debris. And I drove by later and it was gone.
Yep.
This is a Saturday, 1 o'clock we were there, loaded and gone like an hour later. So let's talk about some of the companies. We'll start with what we did on Friday. So Gladys Ball was done by Jimmy Juarez. growing up friend of mine from the terrace, Dunnigan Plumbing.
Yes.
Okay, we're now at a home on Julia Street in Island with the owner and the star of the show, Gladys, to my far right. To my immediate right is Vinny from Dunnigan Plumbing. Over there is Carolyn Ehrlich, our chief of staff, who helped start this project a long, long time ago. And let me start with you, Vinny. What's going on here? What kind of crew do you have? I see you're in the basement working. Tell me what's happening.
We're with Dunnigan Plumbing, like you said. We've been established since 1904 in Woodbridge.
Is Jimmy Juarez that old?
No, he's not. But Dick Dunnigan did make it pretty far. But here today, we got a common problem in this area with an F&W fitting, which is a waste fitting that was used as cast iron to pick up the sink and the tub and a few other fixtures like the kitchen sink. Very common that they rot out, and we're here today to help Gladys out, get that taken care of.
Terrific. Well, tell Jimmy I said hello, because I'm a Menlo Park Terrace kid like him.
Will do.
We played Little League baseball together. Gladys, how did you find out about this program?
Well, I belong to the town, to the area, and I was asking for help, and I called and I talked to your secretary, Jerry.
Oh, Jerry. Oh, pretty cool. All right. Jerry gets things done. Yeah.
I know she did help me a lot because my house was very destroyed, the basement with hurricane.
Oh, okay.
And they just fixed it, but still waiting for them to cover the bill.
All right.
And then that was one of the pipes because it was so high in there, and they said they won't not cover.
Okay.
So I go back to the town and I apply, and Jerry suggested that I should apply for this program.
How long have you been living in Woodbridge?
Oh, here like 23 years since I bought the house.
Terrific.
Yeah.
And how's this guy doing?
Very good.
Thank you.
Thank you for the. I feel honored. I really do, because sometimes I'm a widow, and my husband passed away 1981.
Oh wow.
And I'm dealing with all this, and
It's hard doing it yourself.
yes, very. But every time I call there, I always get good advice and this program and that program and all that. So
good.
It's been very good to me, yes.
Well, Carol, it's good to hear, because most of the leads here come from the senior centers and the senior buildings and all, and now to have somebody go right to the office and talk to Jerry is great.
Yeah, it's terrific. So Jerry she takes care of all the constituent issues. Somebody makes a phone call, it goes to Jerry, and she knows how to do it. And she knows how to make it work. Yeah, she is a wonderful part of our team. And so it's great to be doing another tooling house, another season, another year, and I'm so glad that we're here. You have a beautiful home.
Oh,
thank you. Anything that we will continue to help you and all of the seniors in town who need help.
Thank the town and the people that you call here, and I call sometimes the Mr. Poloni. The congressman.
Oh, Pallone, yeah.
I call them
You're
too.
going all the way to the top.
You're the father with a mayor now. You're over the congressman. Oh, look at
And
that.
now I had the honor to have the mayor here in my house. Oh, I feel fantastic. Thank you very much.
Well, thank you.
Well, thank
and
you.
thank you for doing
No problem.
this. Right.
Duncan's happy to help.
Right.
God
And
bless you.
I don't know if you noticed, but they just brought in Dunkin' Donuts has donated donuts and coffee for you for your breakfast
And I
this
think
morning.
you're getting a lunch from Just Subs on Main Street. You're getting so thank you. Gladys, thanks for letting us help you.
Thank you, Mayor. Thank you. I do appreciate that. God
All right.
bless you.
We'll be back. Columbia Bank, I missed that one. It was a Friday, and I kind of had to do some work. Columbia Bank does a house every single year. You wouldn't know that because it's your first year, but every year they do it, and they always do it on a Friday because they like the team building and they like the fact that it's a day off of work, I guess.
everybody. We're here doing tooling around the town, and we are with Columbia. Thank you very much for coming. We have the CEO, and this is Tom Kimberly. So would you like to say a couple words about what we're doing here today?
Sure. We have about 25, 30 of our employees out here today. We're helping this young man fix up his yard with some landscaping, cleaning out some of the backyard. And we've been part of tooling around town since it was Christmas in April back in the 80s, and then tooling around town now for about 20 years here in Woodbridge. We have some of our executives from the northern part of the state, but we have all our team members from Woodbridge, the branch, and we're really thrilled. It's a great day for us. We get to chat, we get to fool around. We got to move a pile of dirt that's way too heavy, but other than that, we're doing, feel like we're doing a lot of good service for the community. And we're thrilled because this is our favorite event of the year. All the things we do around the state, we try to volunteer as a company over 100 times all over the state of New Jersey, but the number one thing we love to do is tooling around town with the Township of Woodbridge.
Great. So I know that the house is owned by Joe Lucia, and he wants to thank you very much. He didn't want to come on camera, so he wanted to thank all of you very much for coming out today. And I know that you said that you have local people. We have the branch manager here. Antonella, would you like to say something?
Hi, how are you? We're very excited to be here and helping Joe out. And thank you for having us.
We also have Amy Krasinski, the business development person, and on the end we have Pat McSherry. He is the coordinator of tooling around town today, and we want to thank Dunkin' Donuts for dropping off breakfast. And you guys are going to be so lucky because at lunchtime, Strawberries, which is located in Woodbridge, is going to come and cater you guys lunch also. And everybody, we just want to remind everybody one more time, where are we and who are we? Team Columbia! Thank you so much. We appreciate your help with tooling around the town.
Then we had Shell for Frank St. Marie. Now this is a story. This is a good one.
Yeah.
Great
Because Sean Murphy grew up behind Frank St. Marie and was friends with his son and played baseball with his son.
Yep.
And now he's a manager or a high up person at Shell in Seawarren. And he comes back and he's doing work on the house that was right behind him for his friend's father.
Yeah, and ironically, my best friend growing up, I went to St. James Elementary School all the way through high school, is Frank St. Marie's grandson, Paul St. Marie.
Right.
So it was and Sean Murphy was our basketball coach. So when I saw Sean Murphy, I'm like, oh, let's, I called him Frank St. Marie. Didn't even know that he grew up in his backyard.
Right.
It was just, funny how things work out, but it's, everyone helping each other.
And what's cool too is you had the lady next door kind of out on her porch watching. I went up and talked to her because that's what you're supposed to do. The next thing you know, Sean's doing work for her. So she didn't even sign up for the program and she got work done.
Yeah, but that's how generous they are.
That's exactly right. Okay, we're now at a house on South Lincoln Street in Woodbridge, the home of Frank St. Marie, a name that a lot of people in Woodbridge have known for a long, long time. He is one of the co-founders of the New Jersey Senior Olympics. He's involved in the Senior Billiards Club, a whole host of other things. He's unable to come out of the house today. He just turned 94 a couple of weeks ago. We had a nice drive-by party here for him with the old members of the Senior Billiards Club. It was wonderful. So let me introduce now Sean Murphy from Motiva/Shell. I never know what you guys are. You can change your minds all the time. Sean goes back to the very beginning of tooling around in 1999. He's been an amazing volunteer. He takes tough houses all the time. He brings amazing support with different companies that do business with Shell or Motiva. Sean, tell me about today's project. What are you guys doing here for Frank?
Sure. By the way, Shell's been here since 1929. There was 19 years in the middle where we were Motiva.
Oh, you're back to Shell. I should have looked at your shirt. I should have looked. Yeah, okay.
Okay. Yeah, we got a huge team here. As you know, looks like Saturday is going to be a washout.
Yeah, it's
common that we start early. And as you said, we have terrific help. And Tom from Classic Coatings had a gang that stained the deck in the back, painted the railings, did some things like that. We have Craig's Plumbing with us. Also had Mid-States here during the week. And it's ironic that when Pat McSherry called me, he went to school with my kids, and his dad was running this forever.
Right.
And he gave me a call and said, by the way, we've got a house for you, and I grew up behind it. So
Isn't that a great story?
I grew up on Lyman, right behind it. So of course I know the St. Marie's and Mrs. Cosm next door, and it was just
that's pretty cool, isn't it?
Yeah, I
It's
love
just,
when things
great.
do a full
Sean, what?
circle.
Sean was the basketball coach for me and Frank St. Marie's son.
No kidding. Wow, it's come full circle here.
It's
Yeah,
a
so I
small
know
town.
their kids and know the neighbors, and it's fun.
Terrific. Who's the food by? Oh, you got your own food.
We picked it up.
Okay.
We didn't know it was going to be a Friday thing. It's usually a Saturday.
Oh,
thing
right.
with
True.
you.
True. But like you said, it's supposed to pour tomorrow, so the more we can get done in advance, and probably a lot's going to be done next weekend too. Anybody else? You want to introduce yourselves?
Absolutely.
Pass the microphone. You want to do it?
Sure.
Craig, you want to pass it around?
Michelle Nargi from Shell.
Hello, my name's Joseph. I'm from Shell as well.
Bill Kalita, Shell.
Well, you missed a guy.
Rich Ponick from Shell.
Yeah, Mario Barrios from Shell as well.
He's too humble. Mario Barrios is the facilities manager for Seawarren and Newark, and runs distribution for New Jersey.
Oh my gosh.
And you've been doing this for years.
15.
15. Okay, great. And we got Craig's name. How about you guys? Oh, you said you already. Yeah. Oh, we also have with us the guy that's running it this year, Patrick McSherry, who joined the town in anticipation of a retirement. Going to be running special projects for us, like the Acacia Center or the Cypress Center, all kinds of different things. And Patrick's taking charge of this year. And you're a local guy too. I know you just said to Pat, I live around the corner. Call me if you. To Frank, I live around the corner. If you need anything, give me a buzz.
Yes, I've known Frank very long. I grew up with his grandson, and I'm right around the corner. And Frank is a good man, does a lot, and I really appreciate everyone coming out doing tremendous work for him. It goes a long way.
And for the township. Sharon
Absolutely.
McAuliffe is our first ward councilwoman covering Woodbridge proper and Seawarren. And Sharon, I know you go way back with Frank like we all do, but you did tooling last year, right?
Yes, I did.
You weren't? Yeah, you were appointed in this time, so you're second tooling. Okay, tell me about this project and the great guys from Shell.
Oh, it's great. I worked with Shell a lot at Not Just Bagels, so I know all of them, and I know Sean because my kids went to school with Sean's kids at St. James. So everybody in Woodbridge is very closely knit. So, and we all stay here because we love the town.
I had a girl that. Oops, what's that? That didn't sound good.
Doing some construction.
Oh, okay. So, this is Carol Ehrlich, who was with us in 1999 when she was on the council, and we started this whole thing. Frank, most of the times we meet the people for the first time when we walk into their house. But today, we walk in and see a guy we've known for 20 years.
Frank is, I think, going back to when I was on the council, every community project that we did, Frank was a part of, and Frank is really truly a part of this community. So when we can have a project like this helping him, a person who has helped so many people in this town, it's fantastic. And I think listening to everything here today, we might have to amend the best town around to the best small town around.
Yep.
Because it's one neighborhood, everybody taking care of each other, and it's beautiful.
And you heard the 43 story. Can I tell that on TV? So
yes.
Years ago, 6 of us went to San Francisco for the National Senior Olympics, which are held every other year. And we thought perhaps we could see if we could make a bid to bring the National Games to New Jersey one day. So it was me, it was Pat Trombetta, it was Frank St. Marie, Mike and Kelly from the Senior Olympics, and Jen from purchasing. And when we socialized at night, we'd go out, and Frank would not go anywhere unless they had 43, which is a vanilla liqueur, what is it, Quarenta E Trace or something like that. Frank was, so this is 20 years ago, so Frank's well into his 70s at this time, and he was going into every bar in this strip in San Francisco, walking in, walking out, they don't have it, let's go. Walking in, they don't have it, let's go. And finally, we found a place that served 43, but they didn't serve Miller Lite. So what am I going to do now? Do I help my 75-year-old buddy and sacrifice, which I ultimately did because the poor guy had to have his 43. And here he is. He reminded me of that story. He said, "Remember San Francisco." So he might be 94, but he's got everything going on upstairs, and he still remembered all those great days. So anyway.
If I just didn't, I want to thank Shell. When we started this program, you were right here from day one, and I look forward to it. I look forward to seeing you and the whole crew, and thank you so very much.
That's what I was going to say.
Good.
So anyway.
I'm glad I took it away from you.
Thank you for watching. We'll be back, folks. Next up, we have the guy who does a lot of work in town and for the town, Carl Gurnee from Gurnee Electric. We have let's see, Mark Trussowitz.
That's an individual.
Just a guy.
Just a guy from Colonia.
Never have enough of just guys.
Just a guy
volunteering.
and two of his friends.
Yes, he got his neighbor and some friends just recruiting. Got his own team together. Did a set of stairs that was in
Set of
very
stairs
bad
outside
shape.
in the downpour.
In the rain.
Yeah, with tents and
Incredible.
tarps.
Yes.
And they did that's a hard job. I don't know, you know better than I do, but
it's not easy.
Front porch steps, that's got to be like ridiculous.
Yes.
What do I know?
Cuts involved, and it doesn't help when you're getting rained down all day.
Right. Okay, we're here now at a house in Hope Lawn. I'm joined by Mary Lou, who is the homeowner. And first question, Mayor, tell me how you found out about this great program.
Well, I've seen it in the bulletin,
Okay.
but I didn't realize I was nominated until my grandson told me.
Oh, somebody.
It was a surprise.
Oh, all right. Don't you have family that works
Yes.
for us? Are they the locksmiths, the Burnatts?
They used to be Silent Companion.
Yeah, right.
Yes.
Yeah.
And now I
What did I
have-
say, locksmiths? Alarm company. Yeah. I got
Yes,
it wrong. But yeah,
yes.
they
And-
do everything in town.
Yes, they do.
They're all over
Yes.
the place.
And I have one grandson that followed me into the county.
Oh, okay. Okay,
Like
great.
the county a little bit.
So tell me what this great group of people are doing today.
They are fixing my front porch.
Yes.
Which desperately needed to be
It
fixed.
looked that way. It's not
It was
even there anymore,
dangerous.
but it looked that way.
Yeah, it was very dangerous.
Okay.
So
So
yes,
you're
I'm
gonna think
so grateful for all you guys.
Absolutely.
I was shocked when they showed up this morning.
I was too because it's pouring.
Yeah.
But they have
I was
tents and
still in bed.
they're getting the work done.
Yes, they are. They're
I
moving
look-
right along.
Let me have you guys come up here now and tell me your names. Sure. And go ahead.
Yep. Mark.
Go ahead, brother. Follow you.
Joe McIntyre. And Mike Riley.
All right, so you're just not representing a particular company. You're just everyday people who are getting involved in this program.
Just homeowners in Colonia. Yep.
Okay, tell me what motivated you to do that. How'd you find out about it? How many years you've been doing it? This your first year?
No, first year, yeah.
Okay, so
But
how'd you find out about
I've read about it for years in a Colonia corner.
Okay.
And just working, never really had time to dedicate to do it. And I don't know, this year I just signed up for it, and then I recruited these guys.
Right.
All right.
I'm
So-
his next door neighbor.
Okay.
Yep.
So what is your specialty?
More carpentry, than anything.
Okay, perfect.
But just general electrical. I can pretty much do anything.
Well,
with
good,
a
good.
permit, of course.
Of course. I'm glad you put that. So how about you guys? What's your specialty?
I used to work in a chemical company.
Okay, and how about you?
I'm a public school teacher.
Oh,
Bless you.
so you're perfect for doing carpentry work.
Yeah.
But you've had the knack and the skill, I guess,
Right.
most of your life.
Homeowner skills.
Yeah.
So tell me exactly, you just literally taking the old porch out and putting a brand new porch in.
So there's some parts that we can salvage.
Okay.
So there's two stringers. Those are the parts that the stairs attach to. So those are all rotted out. So we're taking those two stringers out, and we're going to replace them with three. So there'll be one in the center, so it's a little more stable.
Okay.
And then we'll put the stairs back on.
Okay.
So the
great.
stairs can be repurposed.
Seniors
It's
need
good.
a program like this.
Go ahead. Go ahead.
Oh, seniors need a program like this. Because I know for myself, I don't know who to reach out to and who's going to take me for what money that I have. So I really appreciate you guys volunteering to do this.
Well, the art of a handyman is a lost art. I mean, there are very few people who will come and do just odd jobs for a couple hours here and there, right? It doesn't happen anymore.
You want bigger projects.
Right,
Absolutely.
I mean, my children are skilled in other things.
Right.
Carpentry is not one of them.
But they can put a alarm on the
Yes,
stairs.
they
Yeah,
can.
yeah, in case anybody, comes in. Well, listen, thank you very much, Mayor, for letting us do this. Gentlemen, I really appreciate this. It's a great story that just a bunch of regular guys from Colonia, Woodbridge Township, want to help. Now, we also have Ford's Pizza bringing lunch today. We have to mention all the people who bring the food. So Ford's Pizza is going to supply you guys and you with some pizza and some other food. Who knows what else? And I also want to thank all our team who's out here today. They've been on TV at the last stop, but they're out here following her up, and we're driving around and making sure everything's running well. So thanks to all this team here. So thanks again, Mary Lou, and thanks to all of you. Next up, we got some
American
township
Irish.
people with the American Irish and the great Eddie McSherry, as we just said.
Knights of Columbus as well.
Knights of Columbus helped all, and like I said, they do about a ramp a month. Okay, we're here now with Ford's with Natalie, and we're with the American Irish Association. Let me start with you, Natalie. You're the homeowner here. Tell me how you learned about the program, Tooling Around the Town.
Actually, I get the calendar in the mail.
Another one. I love it.
Okay. But also, by mistake, I was trying to do something with the library, and I went to your site, and I learned about the program, and I applied for it, and Patrick called me.
All right. You know, Patrick's pretty famous because he's the son of the guy to your right who was in charge of this project.
Okay.
Eddie McSherry from the American Irish Association has been doing this probably since it started way back in 1999. I think first as just a regular private citizen, then you involved the Irish later on.
Yes.
So first, why don't you tell me first, Natalie, what kind of work they're doing here?
Well, they're fixing my stairs.
Okay.
So right now they tore it down, and now they're doing what do you call those side pieces?
Stringers.
They're
Oh, I
doing
just learned that from the last stop. They said the word stringer. Never heard it before.
Right. So they're putting 3 of them to shore it up, so it'll be extra strong.
That's exactly
so
what
it'll
the
last
last
for
house
the
did.
long,
They said there were 2.
for a long time for me. Yes.
Wow. All right. Eddie, tell me about Natalie here and how much fun it is to help people like this.
Well, we came this morning. Natalie, of course, right away came out with water and offering us anything we needed. She's very
Thank you.
very appreciative of what we're doing, and we're, like she said, we're replacing the stringers and making them extra strong. We have very good mechanics on this job, and even though it's raining, I got here this morning thinking that maybe we'd talk about it. The minute they jumped out of the truck, they start ripping down the old ones. I'm like, I guess we're committed now, so here we go.
Yeah, I'm shocked that there's outside work being done today in the middle of a driving rainstorm.
We've never been rained out in all these years, whether we use tarps or tents or whatever it is, we normally get the job done.
Now, it's got to be especially proud for you, knowing that your son took a job with the town. He started in January. I thought he was here longer, but he started in January doing special projects for us in anticipation of a retirement coming up. And here he is now taking over from Casey, running this program. And I guess you're working for him now.
I know. I used to be able to tell him what to do on jobs, and now he's telling me where to go.
Yeah, it's a little thing going on here.
But he's doing a great job. I'm very proud of him. He stepped right up and took over a very complicated job that I think, like days like today, you don't know really what to do, and he really handled it well. Thanks, Pat.
And let me ask Councilman Greg Ficarra to come over here. He has been on the council like a month or two shorter than I've been the mayor. And Greg, this is your 16th or 17th tooling around the town as a councilman. What do you think?
I don't know. You're the mathematician, so I'll just let it go at that. But this is just a wonderful program. And when you look around, you see a lot of faces that you see every year. And they always do great work helping people like Natalie. And it's what makes our town a great town. So, you call them Eddie and the Rampers when they're doing their thing. I'm singing backup today. So I haven't done anything yet, but I'm happy to be here.
Let me explain Eddie and the Rampers. So Eddie developed a specialty of replacing or putting in ramps for people and taking them out when they no longer need them and bringing them someplace else. We started way back with wood ramps, right? But then you realize that they're tough to put in and even tougher to take down, and you can't reuse them. So Eddie started the whole idea with metal ramps, and they're replaceable and interchangeable. That program is phenomenal. Every month it seems you're doing a ramp.
Every week almost now, because there's such a need. And we got a call yesterday. Well, Pat called me and said that there's a woman that had a ramp. Her husband passed, and she's donating a ramp back. So we're leaving here and actually going to Hope Lawn to take down a 40-foot ramp and moving it to Port Reading. So
you're not putting it up today?
No, we're not.
Oh, okay.
We're just transporting it. And so, that program is always going on. We take one down, we move it around. Very little cost to the township because...
Isn't that a song, Take One Down, Move It Around?
I think so.
Go ahead, I'm sorry to interrupt you.
But so we're doing that after we do this. And like I said, these guys, you pull them out in the rain. We've done them in the snowstorms. We've always been able to make it work.
So Natalie, the good thing about that program is I've had people, their husbands or their wives or their grandparent can't come home until they have a ramp.
Right.
Because they can't get in the house. They can't be lifting it to the house. So that's amazing when all of a sudden, like one day the father's coming home or the mother's coming home because Eddie and his team put a ramp in. It's great. We have San Remo's doing the pizza here from Main Street in Woodbridge for lunch, so I'm going to give them a shout out. Jimmy, you've been doing this for a long, long time. I think you've been doing it since before even the Irish started doing it. So tell me, you go back right to the first year. That's what I thought. So tell me about what it's like to have to be able to help people like this.
It's just great. You know, I get a better feeling out of it than the people that are getting it.
That's what you want to hear.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
You know, snow, rain, we don't care.
Well, great. Well, Natalie, thanks for letting. Oh, go ahead.
Excuse me, I want to say about Jim. Jim's also very dedicated to working in the food pantry.
Oh, yeah, yeah.
And he's always, Jim, every weekend is doing something, volunteering, doing something for the community. So he's quite a big help.
So go to the book sale this weekend too, so I don't have to put.
Oh, I saw that, Friends of the Library.
So I don't have to put the books away.
It's too late. It's too late to do a commercial because this won't air. But today and tomorrow, there's a Friends of the Library book sale among a bunch of other things at the library this week.
Okay.
Natalie, thanks again.
Okay,
We
thank
appreciate you letting us help you. It's been
Thank
wonderful.
you.
It's great meeting you.
Appreciate it.
All right.
Thank you so much.
Thanks. We'll be back.
Patrick.
Jim Nolan, who's the town attorney, longtime Colonia resident, he is actually talented. Not so great an attorney, but he's very talented. Don't say.
He didn't say that.
I'm kidding. I love him. He's one of my best friends. He's really a good carpenter slash, what's the word? I mean, craftsman.
Yes, yeah, he does it all. He actually took on 2 houses, finished off a house that needed a lot of work from last year.
Right.
Came back, finished it off, and then also redid another house. So a lot of work going on.
He always gets the hardest houses
Yeah.
too.
Well, we always give him the hardest ones.
Yeah.
Okay, we're here at a house in Island with Virginia. She is the homeowner. And let me ask you, Virginia, how did you find out about this great program?
I read it in the senior book that they pass out for seniors.
The big green book?
Yes, a lot of information in there for seniors if they don't know about it. And I think it's a great help for the seniors because a lot of things as we get older we can't do. And I appreciate what they're doing for me. Especially Mayor McCormick. You do a lot for the seniors, really. Some of the seniors that I have talked to in different counties, they said, we don't get that. I said, baby, you get this. She said, you're lucky. I said, yes, we are.
Love it.
A lot of programs.
So tell me what this group of people are doing for you today.
Oh, they fixing my light, my floor in the bathroom, and outside on my patio. They're doing some of the things that, that ceiling, that cracks in the walls,
Okay.
And I appreciate that.
And it looks like they're doing a full bathroom renovation.
Yes, I really appreciate that because that needed help a long time ago, and I couldn't fix like my drawers. I couldn't fix it, and they're fixing that, and everybody's so nice.
So how long have you lived in Woodbridge?
Since 69.
Wow, it's a long time. All right. So this is Hank here. I guess you met Hank. Of course, he's doing the work.
Yeah.
And we got Mitch, and let's slide over here a little bit.
And we're Patrick. Patrick's
the guy that runs the program. What's your first
he's
name?
nice. Yes.
Steve. Oh, I know you.
Yes.
So it's a good thing you got Steve here because I don't know Steve as well, but I know Hank and Mitch very well.
Okay.
And it's a good thing you got him to be the talent.
Yeah.
Just left hands over there. You got to go one guy that knows what he's doing, then you have Hank and Mitch to help.
Yeah.
Two gophers. Two gophers. But seriously, these 2 guys, they're 2 very good friends of mine. And how do you guys feel about coming out and helping Virginia here?
It's great. We meet a lot of nice people in Woodbridge. I've been doing this for probably
almost since it started.
Since it started, we meet a lot of nice people that just need a little bit of help, and at the end of the day, we all feel a lot better doing it.
Very good. Very good. Anything new, Mitch? Anything else?
Nah, just it's nice to come out and help the seniors. I know I got my parents, and they're always looking for somebody in their town.
Oh yeah. How about you, Steve? Anything?
Same as like what Hank said. I've been doing this since the beginning with Jim Nolan's crew. So.
Nolan, he's at a different house now.
Yep.
Nolan's crew always gets the hardest house, but this is not that. The whole crew's at the other house.
Yeah, I know.
You just the 3 of you here. This is a little bit easier. Not as much work. They're doing a whole basement over again. Let me turn this over to Nicolette, who is the secretary to the business administrator or admin to the business administrator, Vito Simaluka, and you've been helping Patrick coordinate this whole thing. And today was almost a washout, but we're getting a lot in.
Yeah.
Tell me about your role in this whole thing.
So I started helping last year when we
had about 20 or so houses. This year's definitely a lot bigger, and I help organize the lunches and getting things that Pat needs help with and communicating with local businesses to help out anything we need for tooling. I want to thank all the restaurants. You guys did a lot for us. We're really appreciated that you can feed our volunteers so we can keep this program going. Obviously, the rain wasn't on our side, but we'll keep doing it for the next couple weeks.
And today's lunch was
Pino's.
Favorite place right next to Town Hall. And your name again? Takina. She's a dynamite softball player, I heard, for JFK. No, you're laughing. What do you play? What position you play?
I play right field.
Okay. I heard you're great. You're really good. She says, yeah.
She's like a little shy.
Yeah, definitely shy. Well, listen, Virginia, thank you very much for letting us help you today. It's our pleasure.
Yeah, thanks. I thank everybody. I really appreciate it. And thank you, Mayor.
Thank you. All right, we'll be back, folks. Now, the other one we give hard houses to is your buddies at WIC, Dan Polis, and the whole crew. They built the Park Apartments. They're working on the project in Forge at the theater to build the new Olson Towers. They built Red Oak. They built, they say the park downtown. They're wonderful. And they're people you talk to all the time since you're on redevelopment.
Right. And they were actually, when is it this year?
Yeah.
You know, they were asking to do it. And it is such a team building program. And when you one of the good things about having so much redevelopment in town, we can go to the developers and say, bring out your team. And they have everything they could do. So you can look at your hard houses and you know who to give them to. And quite frankly, we stole Pat from them.
Yeah, we did. We had the opening. We knew Chris was retiring. That's what Chris does, but Patrick does for us. Folks, is special projects. The guy that we had it for doing it for the last 10 years is retiring. So we wanted to bring somebody on who, could work his way into it, shadow him for 6 months to a year, and then be ready to take over. And Chris has worked on the Cypress Recreation Center. He's worked on the Mount Carmel building. He's worked on the Acacia Center, which was the Hungarian Club. All these town projects that are ours. That's what Chris has done, and that's what you're working on now, which is terrific. Brian McManus.
Another individual.
Just a guy.
With Matt from IT here.
Oh, that's right, Matt. Right.
Yeah. Changing the toilet. They also went back and Brian did another house that was another Saturday, that little work here and there. So did 2 houses actually.
You're right what you said before. It's amazing how many people fall in love with the widow and feel bad that they can't do more, so they come back and do more.
Right.
And they become, permanent sponsors. All right, we're here now at a house in Woodbridge with Diana, who is the owner, and we are doing some work on her bathroom. And Diana, tell me, first of all, thanks for letting us help you.
I appreciate it.
And tell me how you found out about the program.
Well, I'm new to Woodbridge. I'm just about a year. And this year, the calendar came. So I found out about the recycling center. But as I turned the calendar page up, right there said tooling for Township tooling.
Right.
And because I have a mobility issue, problems with my hands, my feet, my legs, doing the labor part of things, even if it's a very simple job, is out of my reach. So I gave a call and I explained my situation, and they said they will check if I meet the criteria. And then I got to meet Patrick, who helped me out everything since then. But my thanks goes to you for the year. I watched your concerts, your programs, your initiatives for the children, your efforts just to make Woodbridge a perfect place to live for as best as you can. Even the book for seniors.
Oh,
so,
yes,
senior booklet, yes. Yes, that is an excellent thing. All of the services in one book, and don't have to search online. So your calendar and your book and just you. You're wonderful.
All right, so here's the deal. In about 6 months, I'm running for re-election. Can I bring you with me for the next 6 months?
Yes.
I'll pick you up. I'll pay for meals. I'll put you on a payroll. Oh, yeah, I got this. I got this.
It's not a problem. It will not be a problem for me to say he's the guy for the job, and we need to keep him in there.
All right. Did you see that, folks?
Yes.
All right. Let me turn it over to Brian McManus and Matt, and they are our workers for today. Brian, tell me where you're from and what company you represent.
I'm from Colonia, and I'm actually an auto mechanic. Hi. I'm a mechanic, and I'm an auto mechanic. I work for Honda in Princeton, but I've lived in Colonia for the last 13 years, and love Woodbridge. Is a great town, a great community, and I've been doing the program on and off for about 20 years now, and I just enjoy being able to help other people and meeting my neighbors and the community.
So this is important. You're not here with your company. You're here just as a regular
I've
citizen
always been
looking to help out.
Correct. I've always been an individual volunteer.
Wow, cool.
So.
And then you have a specialty in plumbing? Is that?
No, I'm an auto mechanic, but I'm very handy, and I've done a lot of stuff at home, and volunteer. Whatever I'm capable of doing, I'm here for you guys.
Cool. All right. Next up, we have Matt Rositis, who works for the Township of Woodbridge in our computer department. Yes. He's in our office all the time fixing everything because it's always broken. Tell him I'm only kidding about
That's
that
okay.
part. Tell me, Matt, first of all, thanks for coming out. You've done this before. Tell me about your experience.
Yes, I volunteer every year for the program. It's a wonderful way to give back, and I enjoy it. It's fun. So
Good. Let me turn it now over to Sharon. We are in the first ward. Sharon is our first ward councilwoman, and this is the start of a long day today. So it's our first stop in the morning. What do you think, Sharon?
Good morning, everybody. Happy rainy Saturday, but we're here to help people to still get tooling around the town going. And tooling around town is a great program. It helps seniors and other individuals who are not able to do things for themselves. We come out and we take care of it. And like I said, like our person here said, you can go on the calendar, get the information. So next year, if you have an issue, get on that calendar early, because there are a lot of people in need in Woodbridge, and Woodbridge goes out there and helps all these people. So we are very happy to be a part of this program.
Well, first I have to correct you. We help seniors mostly, but every now and then someone like Diana sneaks in who's not quite eligible.
I am going to take that compliment despite the amount of gray.
Hey, look at me. Come on, baby. Look at me.
Right, but see, the difference is I can get mine tucked in the braid.
Yeah, I can't. No.
But you're doing yours splendidly.
How old do you have to be a senior now?
I don't know. I'm going to be one next month, I think.
what
I'll
I'm
be
saying.
65.
Yeah, I think it's 65.
So
Yeah.
And AARP takes you at 50-something.
Yeah, right. As long as you pay dues. So Carol was a council person way back in 1999. I was a town chief financial officer at the time when Donna Brightman came to us with the idea from the Housing Authority of getting involved in this program, which was called Christmas Neighborhood. And we got involved in it. You go back that far?
Yes.
Oh, wow. And then it became Rebuilding Together, and then we had to follow all these rules with the national organization. And we said, you know what? We can do this ourselves. So we made up our own name. John Mitch came up with the name. We had a little contest, and he called it Tooling Around the Town. And that's why we're here now. We do our own thing. We have to follow anybody's guidance or pay anybody to tell us what to do. We have talented people in this town like Matt, and McManus here. So that's how this whole thing happened. Anyway, Karen, go ahead, say a few words.
Thank you. So, there are so many benefits of this program, but one of them is we get to meet great people like you. You are just wonderful. Thank you for allowing us to work with you.
It is that you made something available, and then you made the mechanism that allowed it to reach us. There are really, in other areas, programs that are created, but the mechanism for communicating it to the party who needs it, that sometimes falls short. So I didn't have to have a case manager. I didn't have to go online. I just got my calendar in the mail and changed to the month. And I think it's a perfect thing, timing with taxes and your leaf collection and even your recycle center. I was so busy touting the recycle center, like, look, I can take all my stuff, that I almost missed it. But both things are wonderful things that, like I said, just make Woodbridge a happier choice for me.
Thank you. Thank you. So, John Haggerty, our communications director, he takes a big part in that calendar, and he takes a lot of pride in it. So we will make sure to pass on your compliments. And I just have one other thing that I want to say as we're driving over here today. We have a lot of corporate support and business support throughout the day. But I said, oh, I really love when our own residents put up their hand and say, can I be a part of this? So thank you, both of you, for being a part of this. It's really appreciated.
All right, let me ask Pat McSherry now. He's somebody who started work for the town a year ago? Less?
January I started.
What am I saying? You just started. That's right. You were in Bolivia. That's right. So he only started this his 4th month here, and he's already running this program. We're doing 25 some odd houses, although the weather is terrible today. A lot are going to be rescheduled. But Pat, tell me about your experiences so far and what you think about taking over this great program.
Yes, this is a fantastic program. I've been volunteering for a long time as well, and been able to take on the privilege of running it this year. I had a lot of help from the whole team that's been running the program in the past. And it really all comes down to the volunteers who give their time and really could not be done without them. And really appreciate everyone's help. You know, with the rain, we're getting some jobs done, but at the end, we'll get everything done. But just happy to be here and thankful for all the volunteers.
All right. So, Dan, I'm going to finish a couple more houses. Then before I go out campaigning, I'm going to pick you up around 12:15.
Not a problem.
We take a ride around town.
Patrick has my number. We started to text one another, even though I shot him several without identifying myself. And then I said, oh, wait, I bet he doesn't know it's me. So,
I don't know if people text me about toilets.
Okay. Well, wait till this year.
All right. This starting the day great. This is our first stop of a long day, and this is a great start to it. So thank you, Diana, for letting us help you.
No, thank you again.
All right.
I appreciate your thanks.
Thanks. We'll be back, folks. I don't know if we could do better than this, but we'll be back. Let's keep going. The Woodbridge Garden Club, we do that several times a year. They do the, at Isla Middle School, they do the Garden for the Blind.
The middle school, it is so rewarding to watch those young people working in the garden. And sometimes, you know, until they join the garden club, I don't think any of them ever worked in a garden.
Right.
So it's great.
And it's different kids every year, so credit to the school. And Gloria Bufumi and now I can't remember the other woman, Estevez, I think, the guidance counselors, give them credit for constantly having recycling kids through the school 3 years at a time, and they keep it going.
And they come out twice a year. They do National
they do in
Public
the
Lands
fall,
Day,
right.
too.
And that is a big job. That's a huge job. Okay, we are now at the Garden for the Blind. Joining me to my left is Angelica, otherwise known as Angie Hewer. To her left is Gloria, not Bufumo anymore, is it?
Booming, yes.
It is still Oh, okay. She is the guidance counselor at Isla Middle School. Carolyn Ehrlich, the chief of staff. Greg Ficarra's down there in the green shirt, councilman. And back here in the light blue shirt is Patrick McSherry, who runs tooling around the town. Let me start with you, Ange. The Garden for the Blind is a passion of yours, a passion of a lot of people in this town. And a couple times a year, we get usually kids to help clean it up and make it better, and we always come here on Tooling Around.
That's right. The Garden for the Blind has been around since the late 60s, early 70s. It started off with the wall behind us here. It was developed by the Lions Club, and through that the Garden Club developed. And for many years it was just kind of slow, and I guess about 10 years ago, 11 years ago, the Township stepped up and said, hey, you know, we have tooling around town. We would like to help you with your garden. So the Township helped us, and then the Isla Middle School was our volunteers, and we started with a number of students who would come and weed and put down mulch, which you see over there. And the number has really grown. I understand, even though it's kind of early, we are expecting 50 children today.
50 kids from the middle school.
Can you imagine?
Right.
These are the kids you don't hear about on the news and stuff like that. These are the kids who come and help and do things for their community.
And they don't do something wrong.
Yeah.
They don't do anything wrong.
Amazing,
That's why
right?
you don't hear about them.
They come and help, and these are the ones we should be acknowledging, not the ones who are doing the stuff that
They shouldn't
they
do.
should be ashamed of. And again, thanks to the township, the parks department, they come and help us out and provide us with plenty of mulch to put down, and it's a labor of love for everybody and our garden club. And thanks to Gloria and Yvette over there. She's the other teacher who's helping us.
Hi, Yvette.
And what more can I say?
That's good. That's good.
Great, yeah.
So, Gloria, this is a tribute to the leadership of the school because kids come and go. There's only 3 years you're in middle school. It's not like the same kid can run this for 10 years.
No.
It's got to come from the top, and that means you and the guidance department.
Well, we have a garden club at Island Middle School, and we participate in various initiatives. We beautify the property, our courtyard. We also participate in the Trex Challenge, which is a township thing where we collect recycled plastic. So the kids are very involved. They're very excited about working within the community in the Island area at our school. And we always have a huge turnout, whether it's our garden club that we meet once or twice a week when the weather is good. And they're always volunteering for Public Lands Day, tooling around the township. We also just participated in a grant with Woodbridge Township where we cleaned Island Middle School, the outside of the perimeter of Island Middle School. We went and collected trash, recyclables. So the kids are always excited, and we're happy to facilitate that as co-advisors, myself and Mrs. Estevez.
Terrific. So, Carol, you run the Sustainable New Jersey effort for Woodbridge, and it's great to see. We're known as an environmentally sustainable town, and here's why.
I think traditionally this is my favorite part of tooling around, to see the young people working together. It's just so beautiful, and this is really what it's all about. It's about bringing the community together and making places better. Every year also, the garden is more beautiful, and it just looks great, and good.
That's
Good
due to our members. I mean, I'm kind of the organizer and get things done. I'm not basically, I know a lot. I've learned a lot about gardening over the years, and I enjoy doing the different things, but we have people who have one member who really knows about roses and things like that. And so it's a project of our club, and we have a good time on top of it all. And
very good.
And it's really nice. And I have to say, I went to Island Middle School. I know it's hard to believe, but I did, and we never did anything like this.
I won't pick on you because there's so many lines I could use right now,
I know.
but I won't do that.
But thanks to these teachers now, they have a hard job ahead of them, and yet they still take their time and come out and devote to doing something for their community and to work with the
You're right. It's a Saturday
children.
morning, and here's the teachers out here and the adults out here, helping
the
out.
kids are all giving their time for something. They might be wanting to do something else.
All right, speaking of the kids, who wants to tell me what it feels like to come out and work on a day like this and help out people? Oh, a lot of hands down this way. All right, go ahead.
I feel like I appreciate it because, you get to help serve it, and maybe you can participate more, and you can feel like you're giving help to a community, and maybe you can help save other people.
Okay. Who else? Go ahead.
Well, honestly, if I'm being honest.
Of course you have to be honest. You're talking to the mayor. You have to be honest.
Well, it feels really good, honestly, to just get out and do something,
right.
for the people.
Great. Who else? Yes, go ahead.
I like this a lot. It's like helping nature, and it's also helping the society, and I really like it. So I like a lot of stuff like this.
Good.
Oh, yeah.
Nature.
Yeah, I already like gardening, and doing it for people, helping them, that makes me want to do it even more. And it's really nice out today, so that's another plus.
That was perfect. That was perfect thing to say. Go ahead.
Well, helping people is a really good achievement, and I really like doing things like this, especially on a Saturday, because there's no other opportunity for doing this type of thing.
All right.
I kind of like helping out this thing.
Good. Who else? Go ahead.
Well, gardening, I've always had a passion for it because I used to take home seeds.
All right.
I used to take home seeds and try to plant them, but
Do you see a future as something you want to do for a career?
Well,
You never know. Maybe.
Yeah.
All right. How about you?
It feels more productive than what I would be doing, so.
All right. There you go. All right, guys. Well, thank you all very much. And now, get to work. Get to work. You're holding those rakes. Let's put them to good use. All right. Let me ask, you're still running? Greg, come on down. I'm going to bring up Councilman Ficarra, ask him to say a few words. So, Greg, you make this stop every year. You don't miss it. Tell me what's your thoughts about this group of kids.
Well, I think the first thing is you never speak after the children speak, so that's a rough start for me. But it's great to have the young people together with our garden club. And if you want something done, you always go to Angie. And God shined on us today. It's a great day. So, as you said before, the kids will get to work, and we'll turn this place back into the beautiful garden that it is.
All right. Thanks. We'll be back, folks. Next up is Greg Aquila. Oh, boy, he had a bear.
Yes. Yes, he did.
That was a tough
Big job.
Doesn't he do it with the Vito Mazza and
Vito
Ann?
Mazza,
Yes.
and also from Woodbridge Mall.
Oh, right.
Yeah.
Yeah, so we had 3 teams there, but that was a big job.
And Greg Aquila does a lot of work for the town, certainly in town, and he also volunteers to take care of all the tough corners and the islands. If you go around, you'll see his red sign because he provides the labor and the materials to keep them up, which is really turns out to be pretty good advertising for him. And of course, one funniest thing that day was when he said, "Don't forget we have Vito Mazza helping." And I said, "Of course, if you have a very tough, landscaping kind of job with a lot of manual labor, of course you have somebody who runs a hair salon helping you, But Vito,
Ann had a good comeback.
She did.
She did. She says, it's all about beautification.
Yes, whether it's your face, your body, or your backyard. But Ann and Vito Mazza have done this every year since we've been there doing it, so they've been fantastic.
Also removed the pool that was abandoned and it's a little safety hazard.
Oh yeah, we got there after the pool was gone, so we didn't get to see that. Okay, we're here now on Mary Avenue in Fords. I'm standing next to the homeowner, Anthony, his daughter, Alexandria, and his son, AJ. And man, I don't know who you know, but you got a whole lot of people here helping you out.
I just really want to thank everybody for coming down, all the volunteers and the township for helping out over here.
How did you find out about tooling around the town?
It was through my niece.
Who's that?
My cousin Tony. She reached out to people and was able to get everybody here.
How did she know about the program, though? Do you know?
I'm not sure.
Okay, but did she live in town?
She lives in Seawarren.
Okay, so probably a newsletter or something like that. Yeah. And tell me about all the work they're doing here. You got some heavy equipment.
They're doing a lot of work. Yeah.
Mostly landscaping.
Yeah, it got overran. The last few years, me and my wife had gotten sick. We had Lyme disease, and it got harder and harder for us to keep up with everything.
Well, you got one of the good guys in town, Aquila Landscaping. Come on over, Greg.
Which one?
Well, that's the other Greg. Tell me about the project here. A lot going on, man.
There was a lot of stuff here. It was very overgrown. We were here earlier last week. We cleaned up a lot of stuff that was heavier and bigger. Today we got a great crew. We got the guys from Woodbridge Center helping us. Got Vito and Ann Mazza from Vito Mazza Salon, and we're all trying to work together and just get the place cleaned up for them and make it look presentable.
Well, naturally, if you're doing a lot of big, heavy work, you want people from a hair salon to help.
Yeah, they can trim anything.
That's a good one. That's a good one. Come on over, Ann. Vito, come on up. So I know you guys, it seems odd, but you guys are always helping, and you come out every single year.
We're all about beautification, Mayor. It's our #1 priority in life.
Your face, your hair,
exactly,
or your landscaping.
The goal is to beautify.
Okay.
With love.
Well, you worked on you.
Thanks, Mayor. I like that.
Hey, you're a client.
Yes, I am. I buy my shampoo there. How about the JLL? Who told me JLL? Who are you guys? Come on up.
Woodbridge Center.
Woodbridge Center. Oh, you're there? Oh, okay.
Yes.
So tell me why you guys involved in this project here?
Oh, we always love to get involved in this project, help out every year.
Uh-huh.
We're fixing the gutters and the wood and doing repairs and whatever's needed from us.
All right, great. So you actually work for Woodbridge Center, or you're contracted at Woodbridge Center?
No, I work for JLL directly. I'm one of the maintenance technicians.
Oh, JLL, Jones Lang LaSalle. Now I
Yeah.
get it. Okay, got it.
Yes.
They're the receiver, whatever.
Yes.
It's complicated with Woodbridge Center.
And they're the housekeeping. He's the maintenance of housekeeping, the supervisor. Diamenes. He's in charge of the housekeeping. Say
Thanks
something.
very much for helping.
You're welcome.
What does it feel like helping a nice people like this?
Very good. You know, we all together do the best we can to help.
All right, great. And we got lunch coming from El Dolce. It used to be Villa Borghese.
Yeah.
Now it's called El Dolce on New Brunswick Avenue. Have you been there?
Yes.
Good food, very good food. There's somehow, they know the owners. It was a nice, easy transition. I'm not sure how they're related or if they're related, but they know each other. They're a good group of people.
Okay.
Well, thank you for letting us help you, Anthony. We appreciate it.
Thank you for coming in and
Most
helping.
important part of
really
my
do
crew. I have my
appreciate
wife Beth
everything.
here helping us.
I was going to say that. You
And-
didn't mention it.
And my son Greg and his girlfriend Stacy, they all volunteer every year, and you know they're a big help.
You can now go home tonight.
Yes.
Yes. We'll be back, folks. Thanks for watching. Bruce, Kimberly, George, Cruz, and son. Now that's a group that has come every year, and they
Bruce Martin and his daughter.
His daughter,
Kimberly.
yeah.
And George Cruz was another individual volunteer with his son that came and helped, and they took on a big carpentry job that it was a good team bonding, you know.
Yeah, I don't think they
never
finished
met
that one.
each other.
I didn't think that one was going to finish that day.
Yeah, they had to come back and just do a couple more pieces.
Okay.
They got most of it done, but he did have to come back.
Okay, we're now on Emmett Avenue, Hope Lawn. Joining me is Michael, the homeowner here. And Michael, why don't you tell me what's going on here? What this crew's doing for you?
They're going to replace the siding on both sides of my garage. It's warped, it's rotten, it's been that way for a long time, and I really couldn't get anybody to do it. So I happened to see on TV the Tooling Around program. I called up, they sent me the application, I filled it out, and all these people are here today to try and help me out and do a good job over here for me, which
Great.
I appreciate.
And Patrick came out to talk to you to check everything
Patrick
out.
came out, Bruce, his daughter, everybody. So I'm very happy that they're here today, and I thank everybody for showing up here today to help me out.
Great. Now let me turn it over to this crew. This is not a crew that's affiliated with any business, no landscaping business, no painting business. They're just a group that's come together as individual community members. And I remember way back, you guys have been doing this for a while. So tell me, you're the captain here, I guess, Bruce. I didn't know you're father-daughter. I just learned that. I just thought you were all friends or whatever. But tell me about your effort here.
Well, my name is Bruce
You're
Martin.
Bruce. I'm sorry.
I'm Bruce Martin. This is my daughter, Kimberly.
Yes.
George, say, introduce your son.
How do you know George?
Don't.
You don't? Okay. How do you know this guy?
We don't.
We don't.
He's my son.
He's your son, and that's your daughter?
Yes.
And you guys didn't know each other before today?
Nope.
And you're working together doing a house?
Yep.
Very cool. And you've done this for how long now?
I think this is our third year.
Oh, no, more than that.
Maybe fourth. I don't know.
No, you've been doing it for longer than that.
Yeah, I'd say maybe 4 years.
Maybe, yeah, I think it's, I seems like even longer than that. So what made you want to do this?
I like work with my hands. My dad was a carpenter, and I've always done carpentry work. We used to work for Habitat now and then.
I was just going to say, you're wearing a Habitat shirt.
Yeah.
So are you connected to that group?
We've worked with them for a long time.
Really? Yeah. And how about you? What made you want to come out and do this?
Well, I actually help the community too. I belong to a different team called Team Rubicon. It's they help out disaster recovery.
Okay.
And I figure every year I say I'm going to sign up for the Woodbridge tooling around the town, and I don't get around to doing it. This year I did it. So
well, we're glad you did, and Michael's glad you did. We have lunch today being provided by El Dolce on the pizzeria on New Brunswick Avenue. Have you guys have ever been there?
No.
You ever been there, Michael? No. Used to be Villa Borghese.
Oh, is that what it was? I know Villa Borghese.
Yeah, up there. Yep. Well, they're great. They got great pizza, great food, so you're going to have a good lunch here today.
Thanks. Great.
All right, great. Thank you, everything. Thanks for helping.
No problem.
Michael, thanks for letting us help you.
Okay, thank you.
We'll be back. SSR Landscaping did the house on the terrace. That's Bobby Smolder, a longtime landscaper in town. Okay, we're now on Mercer Street in Menlo Park Terrace, and we're at the home of the Russoffs. Thank you very much for letting us come out and help you today. Want to tell us what's going on? They did some work yesterday. They're doing some more today.
They did a lot of landscaping, took out big bushes. Now they're painting the foundation. Thank you to all the volunteers. You're doing a wonderful job.
Now, have we done this house before?
Yes,
We did, right?
yes,
How long ago? Several years.
couple of years
How
ago.
long have you been living in Menlo Park Terrace?
More than 40 years.
Okay. And so I grew up in Menlo Park Terrace. I don't know if you know that. My mom still lives on Jefferson Street. Yep, I'm going to go see her after this interview. This street, the Winships, you remember the Winships, right?
Sure.
And you remember the Boozes.
Oh, the
And
best.
Cliff Storms lived, I think, right there. Winship was 62, so that would be up one more. Yeah, then Storms lived there. And you had Mrs. Woodfield just passed away, right?
Yes.
Where did she live? One of these?
Right across.
Right across. Okay. I mean, we did her house one year too.
And I miss her.
Yeah.
She was a wonderful person.
And next door, Mrs. Maurer just passed away.
Yes.
Yeah, I was away visiting my daughter in Denver. I missed that wake, but I certainly would have gone to that. I grew up with the Maurers. We played ball together, and we worked in Woodbridge together in Menlo Park Mall.
Ah. So you go back a long way.
Yeah, well, I'm pretty old. So how did you? Well, I should ask you. You did this before. So how did you originally find out about this program?
At the senior center.
At the senior center. Okay. Which one do you go to the most?
The one in right
Colonia?
here. No, Ford.
Oh, okay. Okay, the Hickory Center.
Yes.
Oh, all
They're
right.
terrific.
That's a wonderful
At the
place.
center, people that run it are great.
So you have Liz and you have Nancy there.
Yes,
They are very good.
they're terrific.
Great. So let me ask, who's here from Smolder? Come on over. Yeah, I'm going to tell us what you're doing here. So this is SSR Landscaping, which is Bob Smolder, who's a staple in Woodbridge Township history. He's around everywhere, does everything. You're his wife. I forget your first name.
Poppy.
Poppy, okay. I definitely forgot that.
Yeah.
Tell me about your involvement, the company's involvement with this, and I know what you're doing today is mostly landscaping, but tell me everything. Go ahead. Take the mic.
Oh, God.
Look at the camera. There you go.
Yeah, I know. Angie should do this for me. No, he's just, every year they call him to spruce up one house in the township, so he does. It's mainly landscaping that he does. This year, he asked Angie to get some of her friends to also paint the foundation of this house, so she said, okay, thank goodness. But that's about it. He came yesterday to do the bulk of the work, because it's just too much to do everything in one day for him, so that's why he always does. Every year he does it the day before. But that's all the garbage that that was pulled out. But
So it's
that's
SSR Landscaping.
it. SSR Landscaping, yes.
Now, we
Thank
should
you.
mention today's lunch is being provided by D'Italia in Avenel. You're lucky. That's really good food in D'Italia. I don't know if you've ever been there, but it's terrific.
I don't think I've been there.
Well, you'll go there. Once you have this food, you'll go there.
It is very good.
Was that? Avenel, yeah. Right by where Kmart used to be.
The Talia.
D'Italia, yep.
Italia, right.
Well, thank you very much, Ms. Russo. Thank you for letting us help you.
Thank you very much.
Thank you, sir.
Have a good summer.
Thank you. You too. I'm looking forward to it.
Okay.
All right, thanks. We'll be back. We have another group of individuals, Parth Patel, Kevin McCreary, and John Denoya.
Yeah, that was led by Tom Triola, mason, who redid a patio, which we thought was going to be about 3 to 4 inches. Turns out it was 8 to 10 inches.
Mm-hmm.
So he was there till 7 o'clock at night.
Oh my goodness.
Finishing the concrete, and yeah, I beat him up pretty bad on that. That's my good friend's father.
Oh, that's right.
And my brother was there as well helping.
That was your terrace house.
Yes. That was a big job.
Which for me was a walk down memory lane, because I talked to both owners who were both there for a long time, as my mom is, who still lives there. So that was fun. That was really a lot of fun talking to those people. All right, we're here now in Marino Road in Menlo Park Terrace, and I'm joined by Andrew. And first, I got to tell you, I know that. That was part of my story here.
Oh.
I've known you forever.
Oh yeah, your father.
Yeah, but I never knew you. Your last name was Bresney,
Uh-huh.
and I never knew you lived in a terrace.
Oh, that's interesting.
I mean, I grew up in a terrace. My mother still lives on Jefferson.
Yeah, I know.
I thought you were an Avenel guy because I see you in St. Andrews all the time.
Absolutely. Well, I used to we'll get into that. I was at St. Cecilia's.
Yeah. We all grew up in St. Cecilia's.
Yeah.
So you're here how long?
Me, myself, let's see, I'm 75 years old. I've been here 68 years.
Wow. Okay, so almost since the beginning.
Yeah. My parents owned the house.
They were the first owners?
Right. And
Wow.
then when they passed away, they left it to me.
And you had a sister, is it Angela?
I have Angela, Gail, and Joanne.
And I'm going to be 65 this year, so Angela's about my age.
Yes.
I remember the name. I don't think I knew her that well, but I remember the name.
Yeah.
So you've lived here that long?
Absolutely.
So which one was Swindlehurst? That was on my paper route.
See the
Flowers?
Flowers, that house.
And then Westerville was on my paper route.
Yeah, next to Elliot, who was over there.
And then you got, where's Doris Rosson's house? Next to her?
Door to the Swindlehurst.
All right, and you got the Lollers, you got the Ritters, you got the Rogers, you got Costanzas, you got up here, you had Mrs. Cross was my high school English teacher.
Yes.
Beckesser's on the corner.
Right.
Wimberleys were here, Zakarskis were here.
Up, right.
Keith Wimberley was my age.
Yeah.
Yeah, we played Little League ball together.
Oh, absolutely. In fact, I managed one of the teams.
Wow.
In the senior league, yeah.
By the way, we're doing tooling around, folks. This has been a stroll down Menlo Park Terrace memory lane.
Oh,
so,
yeah. A great place.
Tell me how you found out about the program. I mean, you're everywhere. You're a senior. You've got all the meetings, clubs. So I'm sure you heard it.
And as you can see, the sports was falling apart. And I just happened to read about tooling around.
Where, like in a newsletter, or
yeah, something in the
calendar. Yeah, there you go, another calendar guy.
The calendar. And then last year, was it Pat, that I called him. And I got my name on the list, and then he called me this year and said, hey, I got a mason.
Oh,
so we ended up getting it.
And that's what you needed done.
Exactly. And what a job they're doing.
Patrick is the guy that runs this program. It's his first year doing it. He just joined this town, working for this town in January. He's in charge of special projects that we run, like the Cypress Center or Acacia Center, you name it, all the different things we do. And we do a lot. So, Patrick, tell me, you put this team together yourself.
Yes, I had to recruit because this was a special job that needed a good mason, someone who really knew what he was doing, which I got here, Tom Triola, and he's a one-man show, so I had to recruit my brother, Sean, here, and my good friend Parth. He's a Colonia guy that we went to Penn State together, and getting everyone together, it's, I ask, and no questions asked. They come right out and help, and it's a beautiful thing.
It is. You want to be on TV? Come in there for a second. You're a self-employed mason.
No, I'm a union bricklayer.
A union bricklayer. Okay, so
you hold the mic.
I'll have the mic. This is your first time working on the program?
Yes, it is. Yes,
how does it feel helping a guy like Andrew here?
He's very generous man. He's giving us water, anything we want.
He's a terrace guy. He's got to be good, man.
Very nice person. And it's a pleasure working here and volunteering for you guys.
Well, great. We appreciate that. We do have food today coming from Bahama Breeze. You're lucky. It's one of my favorite places.
Okay.
I don't know what they're bringing, but you should call them and get the lobster and shrimp linguine.
Oh, I'll find out.
Somehow.
Good choice.
Oh, I love it. It's so good. But I don't think they're going to make specialized meals. I think they're just putting stuff out.
Yeah,
whatever you get, you're going to like it.
Yeah.
Well, Mr. Chilla, thank you.
I appreciate that, yes.
Oh, yeah. That's what Nicolette helps coordinate that from the mayor's office. We have Kelly and Megan, who are in the communications department with us today. We have Carol, the chief of staff, Greg Ficara, who is a councilman at large. So we're all out here bouncing around house to house, talking to people and thanking the workers and thanking the homeowners for letting us do this. Now that I know you're a terrace guy, how long have I known you? I never knew your last name.
Oh, I've seen you around a lot.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, all the way back from your father, like I said.
Yeah.
Probably about 65 years.
Yeah. No, I moved here when I was 2, so I've been here 63 years. But you'll be here 68.
Yep.
We were talking one day, me and my friends, if there's any original owners in the terrace still around in the terrace. And but you're sort of a generation
One of
later,
them.
but
Yeah, well, my parents.
but you're still owned by the same family.
Absolutely.
Yeah, so we bought the house, I think, when it was 5 years old, so we don't count in that category. But your family's an original. That's really cool.
Yeah, I think they bought the house in ¡54.
That's about when they are. But
Yeah.
my house was built in 55 when we moved in '60. Yeah.
For $14,900.
Wow. Wow, that's pretty cool. All right, well, thank you very much. Thank you, Mr. Traola. Thank you, Andy. We'll be back. Next one is one of your favorites, Woodmont.
Yes,
They
another
do a
one.
whole lot in town. It's not just Woodmont, their own employees. They have subcontractors who do their apartments and their warehouses, and they can call their subcontractors and say, hey, look, man, we've given you $1 million worth of work this year. Come on out for 6 hours and help us out on a Saturday.
And they will have so much fun doing it.
They do. Tim Dunn is an incredibly talented carpenter. He's working for the town through the Union Hall right now at the History Museum. There's a whole bunch of this, another project that's yours. He has done a whole lot of stuff in town. Can you remember anything else? You're new to this, but he does a house and tooling every year.
He's doing work at Mount Carmel.
Right.
On and off. He's at the club as well.
Right.
I know he worked at Acacia. Him and Pete are hand in hand. Good team.
They're
Great
a great
carpenters. Great to work with. And every year they come out and volunteer.
West Virginia Paint Company, which I
Every year. They were there from day one.
Every single year, starting in 1999. They've not missed one.
Dave Cushman.
Dave Cushman, right. Okay, we are now on East Julia Street in Island. Joining me is Shakimia. She is the house owner. And to my right is John from West Virginia Paint Company. And Shakimia, first let me start with you. How did you find out about the Tooling Around the Town program?
Well, I went on to Woodbridge Township website, and I just seen a whole bunch of programs, so I applied. Put my application in, and Mr. Sherry, he called me and said, I want to come out and look at the work that needs to be done. So he did, and he executed that. The work is really, really done well. I love it. It was just, with the pandemic and everything, you're not able to get a lot of things done. So this was the opportunity to get a lot of things done. I'm a single mom with children. So this really, really helped me out very, very much. I really, really appreciate it.
Terrific. And John, first of all, thank you to West Virginia Paint Company. You guys are very quiet. You come every year, you just automatically re-up and sign up and do the work, and then we don't see you for another year. You just hang out and you contribute, and we really, really appreciate that.
It's no problem. When you like it, something, just call my company. I come in right away. I like you help. When you're happy, we help. Okay.
And please tell Dave Cushman, I've known him since the very beginning when we started tooling. I think you've been doing it every year for us. So tell me what you did on this house. Now, you did most of the work during the week. You did a complete paint job and railings you're doing today. Tell me everything you did.
Yeah, backside is done. We finish up. Same thing, hand railing, garage door, and foundation.
Yes.
Yeah. Then today, couple hours we spent on the front, and that's it.
Yeah.
That's it. Terrific.
Yeah.
And Greg, this is a company, like I said, they've been here forever. You remember them every year. We stop and we talk to them. You guys are located on Cutterstock Road, right?
Yeah, we got a warehouse. in
Right.
Road. We came from Cutterstock Road morning because we load up everything, paint, and come straight here.
Great. I think this is really what makes our town so special, is bringing companies together with nice people. And it's really interesting here. It's such a beautiful day, and we're surrounded Route 9 and Route 1, but it's like a little piece of paradise here. Right? Everything is so green, and it's just very pleasant. So congratulations to you, and thank you to your company.
Always for you guys.
You're the best. Thank you very much.
And your daughter goes to JFK High School?
No, she's going to Voltech.
Okay.
Yes,
okay.
I have another one that goes to JFK High School. Yes.
Okay, very good.
Which one?
East Brunswick.
Oh, nice.
Yep.
So she gets on a bus every day.
Yes, she gets on the bus.
Oh, that's a hike. That's a hike.
Yes.
Well, thank you very much for letting us help you, and thank you for helping.
Yes, thank you so much. I really appreciate it.
We'll be back. Evangel Church used to be Metro Park Assembly of God. Reverend Samuels is the pastor, and they're amazing.
They don't miss a thing.
They don't miss a thing. And they do this all year. They'll ask me, you have any houses? We want to do landscape. We want to do some cleanups. We want to empty out houses or paint. And they'll just call up and say, do you have any houses? Okay, we're here now at King George Road in Fort. I'm joined by DJ, the homeowner, and Miguel from Evangel Church. at Metro Park in Island. Let me start with you, DJ. What's going on here?
Oh, they're cleaning up a real big mess back there.
How'd you find out about this great program?
I saw it on Facebook.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I think I saw it on something.
You mean something good
And I
came
knew
out of
that
Facebook?
next door, you guys were next door too.
Years ago.
Yes,
I
yes.
reckon as soon as we were pulling up, I said,
Yep.
are we doing the same house again?
No.
I forget her name, but I see her all the time.
Irene.
That's right.
Right,
I see her, the Fort Seniors and everywhere. I
Yep.
always see her. Well, great lady.
Yes.
So they're both mostly doing landscaping and cleanup?
Yes, that's basic. Some painting.
Okay.
On the base of the house and the front steps, and just cleared out. It's just horrible, as you can see.
Yeah,
It's
a lot of work.
a mess. I mean, they're doing a great job.
Well, Miguel, Evangel Church, formerly known as Metro Park Assembly of God, you guys are just ridiculous. And I mean that in the nicest possible way. You're ridiculously good for this town. You do everything, no matter what happens in town. Evangel Church, because you merged with Evangel in Scotch Plains, and now you're known as Evangel. Pastor Leslie is a very good friend of mine. I love that man. He just does terrific things for the town. Tell me how it makes you feel to have this crew out here.
Well, it's great being able to serve the community, being able to love on them, being able to show that we're not just the church, we're part of the community, and that we just do more than church activities. We want to serve the community and just show them that the love of Christ that is in us, we want to share it with others.
And tell me about some of the other things you do. You do some of this on your own, actually. Sometimes you've gone out and done cleanups across the town, just as the church, not connected to the town. And it seems like when there's food drives or backpack drives, you guys are always there.
That's correct. We just want to be known to the community that we're here to help, that we're here to support them, that we're here to love on them, because that's what we need. We're not just in the four walls. We're outside serving others, helping others, and just letting them know that we love them.
You got a small place too. We got to get you a bigger place, man.
We're waiting. We're waiting. We're trusting that God's going to give us a bigger place.
All right. Very good. Very good. Anybody else want to say anything? Oh, that's me. Anybody else want to say anything? That's the president. I'll call him back. Anybody else want to say anything? Nobody?
I'll just say I am grateful also for Evangel Church and for God that has inspired all of these volunteers here. And to tell you the truth, it is such a pleasure doing this. I can't wait to do it again.
Well, it's a beautiful Saturday in May. First beautiful weekend we've had this year almost. And you're out here helping somebody else.
Yes, we are doing beautiful things too.
Great. Well, thank you all very much. Please express our gratitude to Pastor Leslie when you see him again.
Absolutely. Thank you.
Thank you, DJ.
And thank you. Really, you're doing a beautiful job.
All right, thanks. We'll be back, folks. Speaking of which, people, so I don't forget, you're watching this show and you think you might be eligible. How does somebody go about contacting us?
So you can get an application online, and you'll fill it out, mail it in, or you can email a tooling, the correct email address. You can find it online in the calendar. I don't want to give the wrong information, but you mail it in. I'll review all the applications, go out to meet you, as long as meet all the requirements, and yeah, that's
now. I'm a elderly senior by myself. I don't have a computer. I can't work a smartphone. How do I get something? Who do I call?
You can
any council person to the mayor's office. First of all,
you can call town hall, ask for Patrick McSherry, send him right to my phone, and that's the best way to do it.
Or like I said, your ward council person, my office, or the council people at large. Also, before I forget, I'm listening about all these random people helping out. I want to help out. I want to get a couple friends into a house and do some carpentry or something. Same thing.
Same way. Yes. There's an email address that you can send as well, but you can call, ask for my name, and I'm the guy to go to.
Okay. So after that, American Irish again had another house.
Yes.
This says
Brian McManus was another house that got done.
Anna Montoya. Oh, this is the Scouts.
Yes.
That's the one we talked about.
I was just going to ask about the Scouts, yep.
Yeah, it's 3 people from personnel, Darren, Dina, and Lynn. Dina's son is in Troop 53. They need the projects, and her husband's a talented carpenter.
Yes.
So they put that whole group together, and did a great job.
Yes,
And
big
so
job.
they canceled the first Saturday because it was raining.
Right.
And when they rescheduled it, I think it was actually raining.
Yeah, rained even harder. Yeah.
They were drenched.
Okay, we're here now at our final tooling around the town home for 2023, and it's a doozy. It is pouring rain here. We're on St. George's Avenue in Woodbridge. With me is Lorraine. She is the homeowner. And what do you think so far? They were here yesterday doing some pre-work. Now they're here today working in the pouring rain. What do you think?
These guys are amazing. I mean, they're such hard workers. This yard has not been cleaned up in years because I can't do it anymore.
All right.
And I am so pleased.
So that's what they're doing, outside yard work mostly?
Mostly, yeah. And they've
You
got...
couldn't have some inside jobs in the rain? You couldn't come up with something?
I have an electrician.
I'm only kidding. I'm only kidding. So how did you find out about the program?
Friend of mine, many years ago, lived on Willory Street, and tooling around town was there.
All right.
And I think they put a new roof on the house.
Oh, wow. That's a big job.
It's a big job. And like I said, these people volunteer their time, and everything is for free. And I am just overwhelmed and so pleased with everything they've done.
Well, that's great. So you've got a bunch of people actually from Town Hall, our personnel department.
Right.
You have Darren, and you have Dina, and you have Lynn.
Yes.
You have Maggie from the school district, who also works for us in the youth center, and you have a whole bunch of scouts here from Troop 53. So who wants to talk about Troop 53? Come on up, man.
Come on up, Adrian.
Tell me about everything you're doing here. Whoops. The tennis ball.
You want to talk with me?
Good, AJ. Tell me what you guys are doing.
So we're all here supporting the community by cleaning up this very lovely place. It may not seem lovely right now, but once it's all cleaned up, it's gonna look beautiful.
All right, terrific. Who else? How about you, man? Yeah, you want to say something? Go ahead. Just don't get that wet.
So Troop 53 right now, we're cleaning up the entire yard. It's a big job, but as we're going through, we're also having a lot of fun. It's not just about getting service hours or anything. It's also about helping our community.
All right, terrific.
With just doing this, it's not just for us. It's for the entire community in total. We help someone else out, and they get a better yard. They now have a better way of living, and they don't have to live through hazards.
All right.
And this is the entire point of this.
All right, perfect. How about you, man? You good? Yes. All right. Where's Darren? Darren, you want to say anything?
No, I'm good, Mag.
Mag, you want to say anything?
We'll let Dina talk for us.
Dina, come on up. So Dina works in personnel. Her son is in Troop 53. Her husband, are you a troop leader? One of the troop leaders? No, you're just a helper. All right, tell me, Dee, come on in the rain, out of the rain.
So I just want to say that we are very thankful that Lorraine allowed us at her house today. We work for the Township of Woodbridge, greatest town around. We're here to help. This is what it's all about. We have everyone here from the troop. We have our human resource department here, our director, who is helping us with everything today and has been all year long. And then my husband, who built the stairs. He's a union iron worker, local 373.
Yeah.
And so we just have a wonderful group here today with us working.
Terrific.
And thank you, Mayor, for coming.
No problem at
And
all.
Carol.
Anytime tooling or scouts put them together, it's a great deal. Mag, you want to say anything?
Just, we're having a great time working, and we're building memories as we do this, and it's starting to look great. I hope that you love what you see so far.
I absolutely do.
Good.
This is just amazing.
I can't imagine if everything that's on the street right now was in here. Holy
Yeah.
mackerel.
And
on the street that you
see
was all over this yard.
Troop 53 is doing an awesome job.
And they haven't gotten to the garage yet.
Oh, boy. Oh, boy. All right. Well, Lorraine, thank you very much for letting us help you.
Thank you.
Last up, we have Lightbridge. That was the one on
Another
Green
original.
Street.
Right on Green Street.
When they were Rainbow Academy. Yeah, they were
Mhm.
Rainbow Academy. Now they're Lightbridge Academy. Guy Falzarano and his family own those used to own those businesses. They've been there since the very beginning.
Mm-hmm.
Now, I also want to give a plug to the lunch crews because we want people to stay on the job so we get lunch delivered. We don't want anybody taking a break. Who knows, a little bit come back. So we want to thank all the people who provided the food. And let's see, Shell provided their own. Ford's Pizza, San Remo's Pizza, Pino's Pizza, Mulberry Street Restaurant, Ford's Pizza, Pino's again. Dolce Pizza did 2 homes in Ford's. That's the old Villa Borghese. D'Italia, Bahama Breeze, Woodbridge Brewery, Roosevelt's Deli, Big Shots Bar and Restaurant, Rocco's Pizza, San Remo's again, Bahama Breeze again, Jersey Pizza Boys, and Benny's Pizza. So, folks, these are all places you go to, we all go to. They go out of their way to give us probably 10 pies to a house of, 15 or 20 workers, and it's great. And they bring the plates, napkins, forks, knives, you name it. They bring sodas, they bring coolers, they bring waters. You can't beat it.
It's excellent. Yeah, I mean, it really, it's a beautiful thing. I mean, they're out there working, they're hungry. We don't want them taking breaks.
Yeah, well, maybe a break.
But yeah, thank you very much to all the local businesses providing food. It's a great thing.
And if you're one of the people that we did help, we enjoyed it as much as you did. I can't tell you how good it feels. The very first one we went to Saturday morning, it was the place on Route 9.
Changing the toilet.
The toilet, that's all it was, right. But she was like beside herself.
Right, like we built her a whole new house.
Right. And then one after another, they're just so thankful and so nice.
Yep.
You picked only nice people.
That was one of the requirements.
Yes, you had to take a test.
Are you nice?
Well, I should say for the people that we did not get to, it was not for a lack of trying, or I shouldn't even say it was for a lack of volunteers, because the amount of volunteers that we actually had come out is incredible. But there's only so much we could do, and that we do have applications on the list for next year.
Right.
So.
And one thing we're going to restart is Tommy Toolbox, which is an offshoot of Tooling Around the Town. We had a guy for years, Carl, who retired and moved to Florida, but he would be able to go out to houses and do little things like your railing is loose on your front porch and it's not safe, or your door is crooked, or nothing major. He's not going to, mow your lawn, but he could do simple things. Fix a light switch, fix a little bit of plumbing. And we have a guy that we just hired who we got from this year's Tooling Around, right? Where were we? Oh, I went with your dad. I went with your dad over to the Irish Club and we started talking. And I said, you guys got to help me find a Tommy Toolbox. And they're all kicking it around. And I was talking to Public Works guys were there. No, this wasn't Tooling Day. This was after the ramp. One of the ramps they did. And I started talking to them. And then as I'm leaving, the guy comes up to me and says, hey, Mac, what's the requirements of Tommy Toolbox? He got his own business. He worked for a big firm, and now he's on his own. I guess he's not working full time yet, doesn't have a full schedule yet. So he came in and we talked to him. This is what we pay an hour. This is what we need you to do. And just like that, we got Tommy Toolbox back. So his name is Al. He should be starting soon if he didn't start already. And that's going to be something else, folks. If you have these little odd things, finding a handyman is tough.
Yes.
It's just difficult to find a day-to-day random contractor that'll do something for you, like these little odd jobs. So we'll be able to help. And sometimes he can also refer you to somebody who can do additional work because he knows all the town contractors. So it's good for Woodbridge businesses too. So this has been great. This is Tooling Around the Town 2023, 20 some odd houses, which means 20 some odd very happy people, usually, like I said, widows who can't do the work and can't afford the work. You just got to feel good about it.
But the glow lasts for a long, long time. It's
a beautiful
thing. The heart is full.
And Patrick, you jumped in knowing it, but not running it, and you did a phenomenal job.
Thank you.
And now, so we'll get to those other houses at some point. We even could do some during the year. Sometimes people companies call us up and say, hey, I missed that, I want to do one. We'll remember it, and then when something comes up, we'll say, hey, so-and-so bank or so-and-so company, we got this opportunity, you're interested, and we'll wind up putting people together during the year. So once again, thanks to Nicolette Dunn for the job she did working on all the food. Thanks to Megan and Kelly who are following us around. Thanks to TV 35.
Casey Wagner also.
Casey Wagner, who ran it last year, who mentored you on running it this year. Who am I missing?
I think you got it.
All the volunteers again.
Volunteers again. I don't think anybody else in town hall can help this out. But folks, this is good.
Yeah, we got everyone.
So when we say, welcome to Woodbridge, the best town around, we mean it. We believe it. It is true. And when you see this video, you'll exactly know what we're talking about. So many people coming together from all walks of life, all sections of town, all different businesses, and making people's lives better and improving their quality of life. This is what it's all about. Thank you for watching.